Gosh, some witches are just suckers for love. The Love Witch, released in 2016. I have no idea where that came from, but I've had a lot of caffeine today, a lot of coffee, so yeah, we'll see where this goes. Released in 2016, and it's directed by Anna Biller, who's also behind such films like Viva and the upcoming film The Face of Horror. And this film is starring a brand new crush of mine, Samantha Robinson, Gian Keys, Laura Waddle, Jeffrey Vincent Paris, Jared Sanford, Robert Seeley, and Jennifer Ingram. And the reason why we're talking about The Love Witch today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from a longtime contributor and supporter of this channel, Dr. Camp. Thank you very much for this recommendation. This has been on my watch list for several months now after you recommended it earlier this year. And just looking at this poster, seeing this woman on this poster, I thought she was quite beautiful, and I didn't know exactly what to think of this movie. Watching it, initially I thought, oh, this is easily a 60s movie. But then I would look in the background at all of the cars that were parked on the street when she's going into her apartment building and, wherever she's going. And I go, oh, those are modern time cars, like from last year. Those are not 60s cars. What's going on here? So the cinematography, the style of this film it places you in the 60s. From the aesthetic, everything inside the camera, and just the overall lens quality. It makes you think that this is a 60s film. Gotta say, absolutely love that. We'll talk about a little bit more here in a second. Thank you very much, Dr. Camp, for the recommendation. If anyone else out there also wants to be like Dr. Camp and help support me and contribute to this channel, you can select the QR code that is in the bottom left corner of your screen right now. Send over your donation of $5 or more with your movie recommendation. And if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a little shout out just like what I did with Dr. Camp here. Recently widowed Elaine Parks relocates to Arcata, California because it is a small town that tolerates witchcraft. And since Elaine is a witch herself, she fits right in. Though she is desperate to fall in love and to experience love and to consume love in her everyday life, that she goes after any man who basically looks in her direction. But one can say that Elaine loves too hard, as all of the men that she becomes close with begin to pass away, and it raises suspicions from the police. So now the head detective needs to investigate Elaine, but eventually falls under her spell all the same. And I can understand it, because like I said in the beginning, I have a new celebrity crush now. She is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm realizing that my fear of witches is probably like a legit fear. Maybe I just fear a woman in power. I don't know why. But yeah, I have this fear of witches. Specifically witches in woods, but witches in general. And it might be that, a witch, a woman having dominion over me, or me under a certain spell to where I can't control myself. Yeah, I believe that's a legit thing, and that's what's actually happening to me. Because Samantha Robinson, first of all, has the aesthetic of a 60s actress. I know she has wigs on in this film, but her whole aesthetic, her hair color, the makeup that they put her in, she looks like a 60s actress ripped out of a 60s film. And on top of that, the cinematography here is excellent. I couldn't tell the difference, really, from... This film came out in 2016. This film looks like it was filmed in the 1960s. They have the hard lighting and the hard spotlights here and there, the colorful spotlights here and there that give glows to the actors who are sitting in a restaurant or in the woods. All of these lighting choices that you would have seen in a 1960s film like Beyond the Valley of the Dolls or something like that. Same goes for the editing. We have all these quick cuts and weird cuts between psychedelic weird witches scenes, and yeah, it's just weird. The 60s were weird, man. So if we're going to use this aesthetic of the 60s, yeah, put it in a witchcraft film, because that's really what the 60s were. It was all witchcraft, man. But I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I absolutely loved it for this movie. I've never been high before, but I imagine watching this film, just like watching any 60s movie, is basically like, oh, that's what being high feels like, and that's where your attention span and your mind typically goes. It's going down this one path, but then all of a sudden, oh, we're completely over here, and then we're back over to where we were, and now we're back over here, just kind of thinking beyond our reality, basically. I don't know, that's my perception of a high person from someone who's never been high before, so take that for what you will. But like I said before, this film is weird, it is psychedelic, but it's really cool. And it's a nice, subtle horror film. That's not really a horror film, but it has horror elements. There is straight up murder and stabbing that we see before our eyes in this movie, but again, it's done in a way where it doesn't look gory at all. Basically, it has that technicolor feel to it and that technicolor look to it. So when you see the blood gushing out of someone's chest because they've been stabbed, it doesn't look, it looks fake, basically. I love this aesthetic. I love the whole concept of this movie. I love the performance that we get from our main actress, and the story here is actually pretty tragic, which I think if you look back in lore of witches, I guess, if that's the term I'm looking for, it is pretty tragic, of some type of love connection that is severed, whether it's through death, whether it's through adultery, what have you. Witches' stories tend to be very tragic. So maybe that's why I'm afraid of them. I don't know. I'm a weird, sad person. But this movie is not weird and sad. It's weird and cool and horrific. It's a really cool movie, and I want you to watch it. I'm going to give The Love Witch 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
So guys, if you've seen The Love Witch, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I release next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.